man, hope you guys are all doing pretty good. So, anyway, this is a discussion topic about gluttony. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa god, here we go, he's all going philosophical here. And, well, I'm not religious at all, so don't worry, don't worry. But anyway, this is not to bash religion at all. So, here's the thing, right? Supposedly part of one of the major sins in the world is gluttony. Gluttony, gluttony, gluttony. And a part of this is consistent of, consuming, indulgent foods and, foods of the sin or whatever. As well as overindulging is pretty much a summary of it. So you think, okay, you like to eat a couple extra pieces of broccoli in the dinner. Is this entirely bad? No. Then of course it balances off to you have to enjoy life. That's the whole summary of living, is to enjoy life the best way possible, without the expense of others, which is how I see life to be. So I was in the parking lot of True Cheese, right? And this old guy, he's kind of, looks like he's the 40 Wink spokesperson, right? He's, walking along with his younger little, I think it's his little grandson or whatever. Kid's not too old, I think he's at least 9 or 10. So apparently this guy is pretty darn religious. I mean, he's like the founder of the Bible. That's how old this guy is. So it's like he is the Bible. Like he is those paper. He is the paper inside the Bible. So anyway, I'm going totally into an exaggerant metaphor there, but the kid is just very polite about it. He's not, and this is actually surprising me what he wanted or requested. So what he was asking for was a copy of so what the fuck was it? It was a video game. Oh, Spyro. It was like Spyro, that new Spyro game that came out, the really popular and all Walmart and all that. Brick and mortar. It's there. It's the most expensive fucking thing to collect for right now. When Pokemon was back in its prime, you get the point. So, oh, there we go. So anyway, he's asking his grandfather if he can buy a figurine, because he's been very good all week. He's done his homework on time. He had really good grades. He was just, he's apparently the kid was sounding like one of those kind of grateful kids you just want to give a hug to without, going to jail for pedophilia kind of thing. So the grandfather, he collects himself. Then he replies, well, he doesn't quite sound like Deckard Cain, but you get the point there. He's like, well, back when I was a boy, I was told this. You're not supposed to indulge in too many things. And you have way too many of those figurines. You got 3 in the package and that's all you need. Right? So, understandable, I guess. Keep simplicity where it is. However, the boy said, well, I already completed most of the stuff for those figurines. And I've been really good and I just want to have 1 figurine. Now, I understand that, I make sure I clean up my room. And he's going into this whole exaggeration about how he's grateful to live there with them at the moment. Because it's like, I don't know, it's just something weird like that. So then the grandfather goes, no, you're not getting a figurine. So the boy goes, okay, he just says okay to the grandfather. So then the grandfather kept on going about it. Which, it's just like, Jesus Christ, old man, it's done already, just hang up the coat. But then he kept going on to a rant. This is as I'm walking across the checkout. So he's like, well, you shouldn't have to indulge in so many video games. It's bad enough your sister eats these little sweets from the store every other day. And I don't know exactly what sweets he's talking about. I don't want to know. But anyway, he goes on and on and goes, well, you know what else is wrong with today's society? kids. They want way too much out of their parents. And this has points me to a great ordeal. Ordeal, mind you. And this is another thing that upsets me. And he was really upset, apparently. Every single time the kids try to ask their parents for things, it's always a guilt trip. The kids try to provide their parents free of charge. Apparently, some of these kids charge a fee for this. So, in closing, you should not always have to worry about what you get, but what you receive. Which, you know, I could see some logic behind it. The grandfather saying, you know what, you should be happy with what you have. He should have just said it like that and ended it. You know, the kid probably would have gave in to that too. But to me, you know, the kid was doing all his homework and all that. At the same time, I see it as this. You know, if the kid's playing by the rules, why should he not be rewarded? As an example. Now, the kid should know. Yeah, this is also the fact that, you know, the kid should know that when you do something good in general, that's just how it should be. There should be no extra reward. However, it's always a nice gesture to give to those who are doing good deeds too. You know, just generosity. And the kid, I guess, must have struck a deal with the grandfather or something like that. I don't even know. But I just think it's actually kind of weird, you know, how the grandfather was like that. You know, the kid was doing his chore kind of thing, and I consider sometimes old-fashioned behavior is good in some parents. At the same time, I see that rewarding your kids is also a good thing too, because it shows that you are very grateful for those kids not destroying the house. So I'm going up to my soda, so the guy looks at my soda, because I bought 2 sodas, mind you. I bought a Dr. Pepper Cherry, and I bought some Diet Root Beer for my brother. So, you know, he looks over at my soda and goes, "See right there? That's an example of gluttony." So then I replied back, says, "You know, I understand you're the founder of the Bible, but you know, you don't need to bump your shit or try to use me as an example, please." So the guy got upset, you know, he's pissed. Now, some people were like, you didn't really say that. I did, because it's like, I was listening to how the guy was expressing himself towards the kid, and that was kind of wrong. You know, you shouldn't be harsh on the kid. That just shows, hey, wait a minute, if I'm not going to get anything from being good, what the fuck's the point of being good anymore? You know, that's the thing you're teaching the kid. You know, work out something that, yeah, if the kid did a really good deal, you know, $8, who gives a shit? Give the kid the damn toy. You know, the kid will play the game, be quiet, good, you know, it's a game isn't violent at all. It's actually kind of, I think it's, if anything, it's a good chore kind of game. Chore kind of game means that, you know, if you do good, you get an extra piece for this game, you know, kind of thing. I mean, on top of that, the toys go for a lot of money. So, you know, when the kids are done playing with it, sell it. Make some money off of it. And the kids don't care anymore. Buy them something else with that money. But, long story short, you know, the guy was kind of rude. He's kind of pompous. And, you know, if I have a kid, my thing is to be with the kid is this. I mean, I am not trying to force my morals on anybody else here. I was just thinking, this guy's an asshole kind of thing. So, my thesis is this, my manifesto is this, is that, you know, if that kid did everything he was saying he was doing, I would make sure the kid got a reward for it. That's all there is to it. But, I don't know. I mean, I'm not a father, so apparently I shouldn't know. That's usually how some people try to word it. But, at the same time, I know common sense and good morals towards, you know, good deeds. You know, I'm like an NPC. I like to give rewards for quests. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little thesis. And you know, if my summary of this story is this: if you're gonna do something good in life, yes, sometimes it isn't so bad to ask for a reward too. I mean, yeah, doing good is doing good, but at the same time, if you do good for a long time, or you do good by other people, there should be consideration involved that's, you know, pays it forward for you doing that good. So it's just like you always helping out your kids or something like that, for example. You should expect them to behave. That should be your reward from them. But, you know, that's pretty much what I'm saying in this video. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be putting up more soon. Oh man.